How do you read?
Right, loud and clear.
Okay, we want you to tunnel vent until, and add the following, until lem/cm delta P is equal to 3.0 psid.
Okay, until lem cm delta P equals 3.0.
Okay, and that means that you will have a pressure of 1.5 to 2 in the tunnel, absolute. That's a note.
Jack, that's what we want to end up with ultimately, is 1.5 to 2 there on that tunnel, independent of the gauge reading. But that should be about 3.
Okay, D.
Okay, then Jack, continuing on, everything's okay until you get down to, on the next page, you get through verify O2 flow indicator no increase. We would like to delete everything below that until the last step, which is tunnel lights off. So starting with before undocking only, delete all lines through tunnel vent valve to tunnel vent.
Okay, delete the section that says before undocking only down to where it says tunnel vent valve to tunnel vent.
Yes, through that.
Well, through that. Leave tunnel lights off is the only step remaining.
Right, and just that's a verify.
Okay, got that?
Okay, really what this does for you then is it gives you a pressure, a tunnel pressure integrity, or a hatch pressure integrity check with a delta P of 3 psi between the tunnel and the cabin. And then you never go on to the steps of venting that on out. You just leave it in there for the time that you separate from the lem, and that gives you a shotgun delta V effect.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, I think that's all, but we're polling the house here to see if there's another comment for you. Stand by. Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead, man.
Jack, that's it. Unless you have any more questions, why everyone's hoping you'll hit the sack and get some rest.
Okay. You want that battery backup procedure now to take that, to complete the remaining steps?
That's affirmed, Jack. We request that you go ahead and finish out the back out completely till you get to square one. Over.
Okay.
Houston, Aquarius.
Go ahead, Jim.
Do you have any more updates for us?
We've still got a LEM update, but we strongly recommend that you and Jack work as hard as you can at sleeping for about the next 5 hours. Fred can handle it.
Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll put Fred on watch here, and Jack and I will take it easy. And if Fred copies the LEM updates, then we'll all start from fresh in the morning.
You bet.
Aquarius, Houston, over.
Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, Fred, three things. First thing is we need a docking angle check as soon as you can conveniently get it. Second point, you're free to drink all the descent stage water you want, if that wasn't clear before. And third point, if you have a piece of paper, stand by to get writer's cramps. We have something to give you here.
Okay, you want again a look at the docking tunnel index?
Why don't you go ahead and look at that?
Secondly,
Look at that first, yes.
okay.
This is Apollo Control at 128 hours.
Jim says the docking tunnel index is a plus 2.1 degrees.
Okay, plus 2.1 degrees, docking tunnel index.
Okay, he corrects himself. He says make that sign a minus 2.1 degrees.
Okay, we just changed plus to minus.
Okay, and your second item was we can drink all of that decent water that's left, which looks like about 5%. And I'll get a book here and be ready to start writing.
Okay, this won't be as long as the one TK read up, but you'll need several pages probably.
Okay, I got lots of pages here of Ken's photo log set to go.
Okay, Fredo. Okay, this is entry LEM prep. Starts EI minus 6 hours. At that time, you power up the AGs. I think I'll give you a line at a time, and when I hear you say okay on that, I'll go to the next. Does that sound reasonable?
Oh, okay. I'll go hot mic here briefly.
Okay. Bat 5.
Okay, how do you read now?
Okay, I read you. Okay, Fred. Okay, battery 5.
Hey, entry.
Battery 5, normal feed on is the first step.
Okay, Bat 5, go ahead.
Okay, use modified LEM DIPS RCS 30-minute activation checklist.
Okay.
EI minus 5 hours. Mid-course 7 if required. Next, LEM pre-entry procedure. And Fred, the time on LEM pre-entry procedure is just...
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the time on the LEM pre-entry procedure is just as soon as you finish mid-course 7. Or 5 hours.
Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Okay, I got the TI minus 5 hours, MCC 7 if required, and now you're going to start me a new procedure called LEM pre-entry procedure. Go ahead.
Roger. Maneuver to SM SEP attitude. Configure for CSM hot fire.
Okay.
Under that, deadband max and attitude control 3 to pulse.
Okay.
Perform CSM hot fire. Maneuver back to SM SEP attitude.
Okay.
And under that, attitude control, pitch and roll, pulse. Yaw mode control. Okay, next, EI minus 4 hours, 30 minutes. Configure for CM SM SEP.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Okay,
That was EI minus 4.5?
that's correct.
Okay, it's EI minus 4.5 hours, configure for SM SEP.
That's affirm, and under that, balance couple on.
Okay,
AGS 404 plus 0. 405 plus 0. 406 plus 0. And 470 readout.
okay, got it.
Translate plus X at 0.5 feet per second.
Okay,
Then CM SM SEP. After SEP, null 470.
okay, stand by one.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
After SEP, null 470 to 0.
Okay,
Attitude control, 3 of them to pulse.
okay,
Pitch to acquire service module for photos.
okay,
Okay, note, use ACA for control.
okay, we can use the ACA now for control.
Roger. EI minus 3 hours. Maneuver and add hold for moon view. Attitude.
Wait a minute, was that maneuver in add hole for moon view, is that right?
That's affirmed for moon view attitude. Until CM platform release.
Okay, it says maneuver and add hole for moon view attitude until CM platform release.
That's affirm. Better worded, it would have been maneuver and hold and attitude for moon view, etc.
Okay, that's mainly for Jack to be able to get it in the optics stream.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, Fred, could you
Okay.
give us a read back on everything up to this point?
Okay, I'll go back to normal voice. It might, or is this pretty clear?
It's clear.
Okay, the master title entry, limb prep, EI minus 6 hours. First, bat 5, normal feed on. Second, use modified limb dip, slash RCS 30-minute activation checklist. Next is TEI minus 5 hours, MCC 7 if required. Now we have a limb pre-entry procedure. First, First, maneuver to service module step attitude. Second, configure for CSM hot fire. Under that, deadband max and attitude control 3 to pulse. Thirdly, perform CSM hot fire. Fourth, the limb maneuvers back to SM step attitude. With attitude control, pitch and roll to pulse, attitude control yaw to mode control. How you got that so far, man?
That's correct so far, Fredo.
Okay, at EI minus 4.5 hours, configure for SM step. First, balance couple on. Secondly, 0 to counters and eggs. 404, 405, 406 plus 0, readout 470. Thirdly, translate plus X to 0.5 foot per second. Fourth, CMSM step. Fifth, after step, null 470 to 0. Sixth, attitude control 3 to pulse. 7, pitch to acquire service module for photos. And a note, use the ACA for control. Last you gave me was TI minus 3 hours. Just maneuver in that hole for moon view until the CM platform release.
Okay, Fred. Only a minor point that we just picked up at the very top. EI minus 6 hours. The title is Power Up above BAT 5, normal feed on.
Okay, the title above BAT 5, normal feed on, is Power Up.
Okay, and on the last it was maneuver and at hold for moon view attitude until CM platform release. I think that's what you read. Okay, ready to go on. EI minus... Are you there?
Okay, next is TI minus what, man?
It's EI minus 2.5 hours, Fred.
Okay, EI minus 2.5.
Okay, the title, Power Removal from CM Lem Umbilical.
Okay, power removal from CM Lem Umbilical.
That's correct. Next. This assumes all descent batteries online.
Okay, I'll put that as a note.
And ascent batteries 5 and 6 on normal feed.
Okay, this assumes all decent maps online and ascent maps 5 and 6 on normal feed. Go ahead.
Roger. Next. CSM CB Lem Power 1 Main B to open.
Okay, CSM CB Lem Power 1, main B open.
Next, CB Lem Power 2 Main B open.
Okay, CSM CB LEM Power 2, main V open.
CB, EPS, sensor signal, main B to open.
Okay, CB EPS sensor signal, main V open.
Okay, next, the LEM. CB, EPS, panels 11 and 16. Cross-tie balance loads. To close.
Okay, on the left side now. CB EPS 11, panels 11 and 16, cross-tie balance loads, closed.
That's correct. Next, CB, EPS, panel 16. Bat feed tie. 2 of them. Open.
Okay, LEM, CB EPS, panel 16, bat feed tie, 2 open.
Okay. CB, EPS, 16. Ascent ECA control to close.
Okay, CB EPS, panel 16, ascent ECA control closed.
Correct. Battery 1, high voltage to off reset.
Okay, battery 1, high volts off reset.
Battery 5, off reset.
Okay, battery 5, high volts. Or it should be battery 5, normal feed, off reset.
Roger. And stand by.
Or did you mean battery 2? Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
Okay, we mean battery 5 to off reset.
Okay.
That's a normal
Battery
feed.
5, normal feed, off reset. Gotcha.
Okay, bat 2, low voltage. Off reset, then on.
Okay, battery 2, low volts, off reset, then on.
Next, bat 2, high volts, off reset, then on.
Okay, still there, man?
Raj, I didn't catch your read back, Fred.
Oh, okay, the last item was item 9, and that was bat 2, low volts, off reset, then on.
Raj, after that, I gave another one. Bat 2 high volts. Off, reset, then on.
Okay, Bat 2 high volts, off, reset, then on.
Correct. Bat 1 high volts. On.
Okay, Bat 1 high volts on.
Bat 5 normal feed. On.
Okay, Bat 5 normal feed on.
CB EPS 16. Bat feed tie. 2 of them closed.
Okay, CB EPS 16, bat feed tie 2 closed.
Roger. Next, the LMP should transfer to the CM.
Okay, I'll underline that one. LMP transfer to CM.
Don't let them forget you. Okay, and just before LMP transfer to CM, we'd like to have you add another step, Fred. That is
Okay, go ahead.
CB EPS Ascent ECA control open.
Okay, you want CB EPS, that's on 16, I assume, Ascent ECA control open.
Affirm. Okay, this is EI minus 1 hour 45 minutes. Next.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, maneuver to CM LEM jet attitude. And you'll have a pad for that attitude.
Okay, maneuver to CM LEM jet attitude.
That's affirmed. Matter of fact, Jack has a listing of your pads there, Fredo, so you can review them after this is over.
Okay.
EI minus 1 hour 35 minutes. Configure for...
minus 1 hour and 30.
correct. Configure for jettison.
Okay.
Under that, verify CM free.
Verify CM free.
Okay, next the COM. configuration. S-band. PM. Prime.
Wait. Hold on, say again now.
Okay. Next, COM configuration.
This is for the command module?
Negative. The step above for CM free was command module, but the COM is for LEM again.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, S-band, PM, primary, primary again, off, PCM, range, off, and high.
Okay, our S-band config is PM prime off, PCM range off high.
That's correct. Standby one.
Do you have any druthers about which Omni?
Yeah, select best Omni.
Select, did you say aft or best?
Best. Best in the west.
Okay, I was wondering if that's still going to be best after it leaves, but okay. Select best Omni at the time.
That's affirm. Okay, we've covered COM, Fred. Next, ECS.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, under ECS, forward dump valve, close.
Okay, forward dump valve closed.
Suit circuit relief, auto.
Suit circuit relief to auto.
Cabin gas return, egress.
Cabin gas return egress.
Suit gas diverter, egress.
Gas diverter egress.
Suit isolation valves, 2 of them disconnect.
Okay, ISO valves 2 to suit disconnect.
Roger. Pressure regs A and B, close.
Regs A and B to close.
Cabin repress valve, close.
Repress valve closed.
Suit fan, off.
How many more steps, Ben?
2 after this, Fredo.
Okay, stand by.
Maybe you need a scroll yet.
Yeah.
I ask him why all these steps just to get rid of a lead that's going to burn up in a half hour. ridiculous. God damn it. Too many guys.
Fan off.
Got in the act.
Okay, the last one was suit fan off. Hey Jim, Deke said he thought you were asleep.
Okay. Only step woke me up.
Okay, we'll try to be quieter. Except I don't know how. Okay, Fredo,
I got my audio breaker on.
did you get suit fan off?
Yep, suit fan off.
Okay, circuit breakers. Panel, or circuit breaker panel 16 rather. ECS cabin repress to open.
Okay, CD panel 16, EPS cap repress open.
Roger. Overhead dump valve closed. Maybe Jim has a point there though.
Yep. Overhead dump valve closed, and it is already.
Right. Okay, that's all for the ECS. Next, attitude control 3 to mode control.
Okay, standby one.
Oh, standby one, Fred. We'd like to change the position of that attitude control 3 mode control to be just under CM free. That's a more convenient time.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, under, it'll be my item B. After verify CM free, is that control 3 to mode control.
And along with that, deadband max.
Okay, 3 to mode control, comma, deadband to max.
Next, verify.
If I don't sound too clear, it's because I'm holding a flashlight between my teeth.
Roger. Okay, now.
I think I'm up with you. Go ahead, Rand.
Okay, now again down at the bottom beneath ECS. Verify transfer list.
Okay, verify transfer list.
IVT to CM and close hatch.
What was that? What was the first part of that?
Transfer yourself to the CM, or rather IVT, that's the commander to the CM and close hatch.
Okay. Actually, it's commander transfer to CM and you mean closed hatches, plural, right?
That's correct. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, that's all for the timeline, Fred. Now the contingency checklist, if it's handy.
Okay, which page?
Turn to 30-minute activation on page 24.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, now, at this point, you have this section marked up already, so what I give you now represents additional deltas to your previously marked up checklist.
Okay, that's all right. I got a different color pin, so it'll show up nicely. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, go down to item 4.
Raj?
Verify ag status switch off. That's an addition.
Do you mean under IBT to LIM number 4, RCS system AB2 quad 4 auto? That 4?
That's a firm, yes. It's the only 4 on that page 24, and presently has after it RCS system AB2 quads 4 to auto. Under that, put verify eggs status switch to off.
Okay, verify egg status switch off.
Okay, at the bottom of the page, okay, you already have that mode control both off. Okay, next page 26, circuit breakers.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, first row is okay as is. Second row, under flight displays, GASTA should be closed.
Okay.
Under AC bus A, close GASTA.
Okay, gas to flight displays and AC bus A will be closed.
Roger, that's all on the second line. Now the third line, under stability and control. ATCA pings to closed.
Okay, ATCA pings closed.
That's all on that line. Fourth line, near the right side, LGC standby to closed. And
wait a minute. You mean LGC Disky?
or LGC Disky, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And IMU operate closed.
Okay, IMU operate closed. Okay, Vance, IMU operate closed.
That's correct. Okay. Fourth row is okay as is. Now we would like to add in a late arrival to row 2. Under flight displays, mission timer closed.
Okay, flight displays, mission timer closed. We can look at the ghosties right to the end.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's all for that page, Fred. That should add up to 6 circuit breakers, all closed on that page.
Vance, Jim.
Go ahead, Jim.
And we look seriously now at just the essential things required to make a safe left jettison. We're not, I don't think we have the time to really do any engineering data that people might want to look at as this thing goes into the atmosphere.
Well, Jim, I think that that was what everybody aimed for, and people down here feel that it's the essentials, that it's what you need.
Well, we'll do everything you think is essential, but I just don't want to be throwing switches at the last minute. We're really thinking about getting that command module in good shape. Hey, Jim, this is Tom. The only reason we're bringing up the pings is to have another reference system just to control the limb when you jettison the thing. Over.
Okay, Tom. I thought an AGS hole would have been sufficient for this when we first thought about this.
Yeah, I agree, but they decided just in case we have any glitch with the Ags, we want to make sure we get that limb off in a good shape, and I agree with you on keeping out all the garbage on it.
Okay, Tom.
Hey, would you like to have us play some guitar music to put you to sleep?
Oh, you know how to get the guy.
We'll even have a 12-string guitar for you, Jimbo.
Okay.
Okay, Fred, pitch 28.
Okay, I'm looking at panel 16 now.
No changes to panel. No changes to panel 16.
Okay, I'm on 28 now.
Right. Okay, at the top of the page, under step 4, just above VHS S-band activation, put in delete power amp and LGC. These are caution lights.
Okay, you mean delete preamp?
I'm sorry, preamp and LGC.
Okay.
Okay, under VHF S-band activation and checkout, step 2, we have changes to the comm as follows.
Go ahead.
Okay, scratch out the down and down voice. That'll give you a voice.
Okay, that's where we had it last time.
Okay, and we'd like to insert ranging.
Okay, instead of off reset, put ranging.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, under ping's turn on, add in steps 1 and 2 again, which are no attitude light off, verb 96 enter, and set event timer.
Okay, steps 1 and 2 back in.
That's affirm. And underneath set event timer, add the following. Verb 25, noun 07 enter. One, 2, 5, 7 enter.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Okay, if you got the 1, 2, 5, 7 enter, then 2, 5, 2 enter, and enter.
Okay, after event set event timer, it's verb 25 down 07 enter. 1, 2, 5, 7 enter. 2, 5, 2 enter. Enter.
Roger, and this activates your up-firing jets.
Say the last again, man.
Roger, what this does, Fred, is activate up-firing jets.
Oh, okay.
They're actually all vertical jets.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, next, same page under DAP set gimbal drive. Go to step 2. Okay, add in after noun 46 32021.
Okay, 32021.
Okay, proceeding on down below the noun 47, to the proceed. Insert verb 34, enter, after the proceed. And that would come before the noun 48. Okay, we have some noise here, Fred. Stand by a minute.
I switched omnis, how's that?
Hey, that helped. Okay, no changes now on 29, 30, and 31. Next page is 32.
Okay, I'm on 32.
Okay, at the very first step above guidance control AGS, put in verb 76, enter.
Okay, verb 76, enter.
Okay, below guidance control AGS, the third step should be changed to be mode control both to add hold.
Okay, you want mode control both to add hold.
That's affirmed.
Okay.
Okay, at minus 6 hours, or 6 minutes rather, under mode control pings at hold, which was scratched out, insert verb 41, noun 20, enter. And 3 more enters. So it's as shown in your procedure there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Course line 000.
below that, put in data 400 plus 5.
Okay, data 400 plus 5.
Okay. Okay, we want back in again, the next step, which is at burn attitude, verb 40, noun 20, enter.
Okay.
Okay, proceeding on down, delete at burn attitude and the step above it, which is 400 plus 5.
400 plus 5 and the at burn attitude.
Correct. Okay, that's all for page 32, Fred. Next page 33.
Go ahead.
Okay, under 4 minutes, minus 4 minutes. Add back in, mode control both to add hold.
Mode control both to add hold.
Okay, 2 steps below that, add back in TTCA commander throttle min dips, and add in dips. Stand by one.
TTC. Yeah. Seems like he should be in jets. Is this gonna be RCS or dips burn?
Okay, this will be jets for RCS and throttle for dips.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, what is this NCC likely to be? I thought it was going to be an RCS.
Well, we expect that, but we're remaining flexible.
Okay. Okay, I'll put it TTCA throttle in for dips, jets for RCS.
That's correct. Okay, that's all on page 33. Go to page 34.
Okay, 34.
Okay, beneath everything on that page, add in the following. Return to entry LEM prep check. Return to entry LEM prep checklist.
Hold on, Vance, I don't understand. We want to delete everything on page 34?
No, that's not correct, Fred. What we want to do is leave everything the way it is on 34 and add this one comment I'm giving you at the bottom of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, go ahead with your added comment.
Return to entry LEM prep checklist. At EI.
Turn to entry LEM checklist.
Let's affirm at EI minus 5 hours.
Okay, at EI minus 5 hours. Let me take a look and see how that flows now.
Okay, and also you have
okay, that would be the LEM pre-entry procedure. Yep. Okay.
That's correct, and also on that page, from our last correction or addition exercise, you have a section called Reestablish PTC. We'd like to scratch all of that, of course.
Right.
Okay, Fred, that's all except for one comment that we have in just a second. Stand by one, Fred. We're polling the room for comments here. Any last-minute thoughts from people? We'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Aquarius, Houston.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Fred, just two changes, comments to what we just gave you. The first is near the front at EI in the section under EI minus 2.5 hours. Power removal from CM LEM umbilical. We'll let you turn to that.
Okay, I'm there at EI minus 2.5 hours. Power removal from CM LEM umbilical.
Okay. Under LEM, we have a step BAT 2 low voltage, off, reset, then on. Next we have a step BAT 2 high voltage, off, reset, then on. We request that you wait in between these two steps for us to give you a go. In other words, we'd like to look and see that all the relays closed and all that sort of thing before you throw BAT 2 high voltage to off, reset, and on.
Okay, after BAT 2 low voltage off reset, I'll then on. I'll wait for misspin go before proceeding.
Righto. Okay, next at under the section of EI minus 1 hour and 45 minutes. No, change that. correction, EI minus 1 hour 35 minutes. Refer to the ECS section, and we have it changed.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, Jim's right. We should cross out all this stuff with a couple of exceptions. Forward dump valve closed. The first step should remain. All other steps should be scratched except for the last one, which is overhead dump valve closed. That leaves 2 steps.
Okay, under ECS we delete all except the first step, forward dump valve closed. And step 10, which is overhead dump valve closed, and leave in verified transfer list.
That's a firm. Leave in what follows, which is verified transfer list and IVT and all that. IVT, of course, meaning CDR transferring to the CM.
We wouldn't forget it.
Okay, Fredo, that's the changes. Not quite as extensive as the CSM had, but still pretty long. Any comments or questions to the house here?
Nope, looks pretty good to me, man.
Okay, very good. Only other comment, aside from the checklist, we've been watching your descent stage water, and it looks, or your ascent stage water, and it looks real good.
Okay.
Okay, Fred, we're going to try to refrain from calling you from now on so that you can maybe get a couple of winks. We're getting a status around the room first to see if anybody has any comments for you, and after that we'll try to leave you alone for a while.
Thank you.
Aquarius, Houston. Aquarius, Houston. Hey, Fredo, are you there?
Go ahead.
Okay, we polled the room. We don't have much for you. Only comments as follows. Your consumables are looking good. Your entry gamma right now is minus 6.01. We're expecting a mid-course of 2.81 foot per second, which should be about 21 seconds of RCS.
Okay, it sounds good.
Okay, Fred, see you in the morning.
Gotcha.
Aquarius, Houston, request you open the power amplifier circuit breaker and down voice backup, please.
Complete.
Roger.
This is Apollo Control at 129 hours, 43 minutes. Recounting events since the change of shift about 3 hours ago. We've completed passing up to the crew checklists for both the command and service module and the lunar module, entry checklists. At about 128 hours, 30 minutes, we had the crew switch over from the descent water tanks, which were down to about 5%, to the LEM ascent stage water tank for cooling, and we instructed the crew that they could drink all they wanted from the descent tank. At about 127 hours, 59 minutes, the battery charging was terminated this had been accomplished using power from the LEM batteries and using that to charge the command module entry batteries, 2 of the 3 CM entry batteries. At the present time, Fred Hayes is on watch. Jim Lovell and Jack Swigert are scheduled for about 5 hours of rest. We're also planning to place a minimum of calls to the spacecraft to allow Fred Hayes to get a bit of rest also at this time. Flight Dynamics Officer and the retro officer, the return to Earth officer, currently predict that our entry interface angle will be minus 6.03 degrees without a mid-course correction. We're presently planning for a mid-course correction 7, which would be 5 hours prior to entry interface. And as it looks right now, this mid-course correction would be quite small to put us on the desired flight path angle of about 6.5 degrees, negative 6.5 degrees entry interface angle. To accomplish this, it looks as if we would have about a 2.8 foot per second burn with the lunar module reaction control system thrusters. This would require about 21 seconds of thrusting. During the course of the evening, both Deke Slayton and Tom Stafford have been standing by the Capcom console, occasionally interjecting a comment. At one point, while Fred Hayes was receiving the lunar module entry checklist with a hot mic, with his mic open, we heard a comment from Lovell which prompted a remark from Deke Slayton that, to the effect that he would play up some guitar music if he thought that would soothe Lovell into getting a bit of rest. Ken Mattingly has also been in a good part of the evening. We don't see him at the console at this time. Our capsule communicator up until just a few minutes ago was astronaut Vance Brand, and he has since turned over those duties to astronaut Jack Lausma. At 129 hours 46 minutes, Apollo 13 is 87,684 nautical miles, 74,900 nautical miles from the Earth, and traveling at a speed of 6,999 feet per second. All of the consumables aboard the LEM remain in good shape at this time. We've had Fred Hayes remove the LEM power amplifier and in effect reduce the effective power output, radio frequency power output from the LEM from about 20 watts to about 1 watt, which is the normal powered down configuration we've been in with the LEM for communications. We expect this will, as it has in the past, give us periods of noisy communications as the LEM antennas rotate through the so-called null areas where the signal to noise ratio drops off. We get a high noise level, and this will persist until the spacecraft rotates through to where we have a good lock-up on the LEM antenna again. At 129 hours 47 minutes, this is Apollo Control, Houston. This is Apollo Control at 130 hours 36 minutes. The Flight Dynamics Officer just reported that continued tracking data shows the spacecraft to be within the entry corridor, still at about the same entry interface angle as previously reported. The tracking at this time shows that our entry interface angle remains at about minus 6.03 degrees. The mid-course correction planned for 5 hours prior to re-entry, which would be about 7 hours, 3 minutes from now, is planned at this time to be 2.81 feet per second. That would be about a 21-second burn with the spacecraft, the LEM reaction control system thrusters. In about an hour, Flight Director Milton Wendler plans to go over, once again with the flight controllers, all of the step-by-step procedures which the crew will be following tomorrow prior to entry with the command and service module. At the present time, Apollo 13 is 71,483 nautical miles from the Earth, traveling at a speed of 7,192 feet per second. All of our consumables on the LEM remain unchanged. We're in good shape on water, battery power, and lithium hydroxide. The present level of carbon dioxide, as measured in the spacecraft and telemetered back to the ground, is about 0.4 of a millimeter of mercury, which is very good. We're showing a total average current on the LEM at this time of between 10 and 12 amps, which has been the normal amount we've been running in the powered down mode with the lunar module. At the present time, all three of the astronauts are apparently resting. Astronauts Lovell and Swigert were to have begun a rest period at about 128 hours, 17 minutes. We did hear once or twice from Jim Lovell after that period. At 129 hours, 39 minutes, or about 1 hour ago, we completed passing the lunar module pre-entry checklist up to Fred Hayes and advised him that we would keep communications to a minimum in the hope that he would be able to get a little rest also. At 130 hours, 39 minutes, this is Mission Control, Houston.